Welcome back to another Terranscapes video, which is a cocktails and comments video. So this is a brand new spin-off from my normal videos based on me wanting to keep going with cocktails and viewer comments and seeming like it might be a good idea to split it from my normal videos. So I got a little butter in my mouth. Welcome, and we should probably get started. So this is actually a little bit early in the day. I was going to shoot this last night, and I didn't get it done. So I figured something appropriate for maybe a cold morning. It is going to be snowing later today, little flurries. So I made a hot buttered rum. Hot buttered rum is 2 whole cloves, 2 allspice berries. I didn't think I had allspice berries in the spice cabinet. I was like, well, I'll just put a little dash of allspice. We have some. We have a pretty well-stocked spice cabinet. And a cinnamon stick, a teaspoon of sugar, top that up with boiling water, let it sit for a few minutes, a teaspoon of butter. In this case, it is a margarine. For some reason, I can't remember the name of it right now. But we're vegan, so no butter in the house. And then 2 ounces of a dark rum. And first, let me taste this. That's a little bit better than it was just a minute ago. It is warm, obviously. It has a subtle background of rum. The butter gives it a bit of a creamy mouth feel. I'm actually worried about mouth sounds on the mic because it's like, and the spices are, I think it's dominated a little bit by the allspice, and I'm not getting as much cinnamon as I would like. I think that steeping this a little longer might be nice, and adding a little more cinnamon. Oh, crap. It's supposed to get a dash of nutmeg on top. Oh boy, I don't know if it needs that. Nutmeg is a real powerhouse flavor-wise. So I'll have to try that. I don't know, maybe I'll make another one this afternoon. Because it is a nice warming beverage. Good on a cold day. I think a little more cinnamon. That would be my personal preference. But overall, it's nice. It feels a little light too. It's not like you're drinking a really heavy drink because of the high, it's a cup of water, essentially. So that is a hot buttered rum. If it's cold where you are right now and you have some, if you don't have allspice berries, just put in a little tiny dash of allspice and some dark rum and have one of these today. It's good on a snowy day. Let's do some viewer comments. I wrote them down this time because I can't remember all of this. Jay the Radical writes that the scientists, so he's talking about the Innsmouth project, the scientists are probably from the Miskatonic University, and the river is probably the Miskatonic. There is a river in the story, and it's feeding into the harbor, or bay. I think it's a harbor. I don't remember if the river is named. So I'm going to be going back through and listening to the story for a 3rd time and taking down notes. Oh, wait. You can't see, maybe you can, some of these notes, but these are my scratch notes while I've been listening. I'm like, they have voluminous robes, or patched roofs, or abandoned railway line, shells and dead fish in the yards. Oh yeah, that was a good one. So in any case, I'm writing down notes as I listen to the story. I'm going to listen to it again for a 3rd time, make sure I've got all the important elements. I could listen to that story a bunch of times. Actually, this is, if I count previous listenings, because I listened to it all on audio, this is probably I'm already on my 3rd or 4th time through it. Probably my 4th time. But of course, I don't remember it that well from the past. I don't think the river is named, but I will go back and listen and see. He also mentions that he wondered if Innsmouth had a distinctive architecture that Lovecraft keeps describing. It doesn't. that I've noticed because he's focusing mostly on the decrepitude. Man, this butter is like, it's a lot of mouthfeel. He's mostly describing how decayed the buildings are. He might describe them a little bit more in the inner city, but I haven't been listening to that as hard because I've been focused on the shoreline. But mostly it's just about how bleak and fallen apart and abandoned and, you know, lacking residents in the city. So it's more of that. Ernest de Roustradamans, hope I got that right, said that he's waiting on seeing me making and painting stuff instead of just talking about it. And I think Craig Lemke summarizes it best. Less face, more modeling. Fair enough. I am going to be tracking my progress on the project with more join me at the benches and some fast footage videos. So you will be seeing me go through the actual work on the project, and hopefully you guys probably aren't even watching this video because you're not interested in the cocktails. But right now I'm about to start work on the 3D mock-up, and I'm going to be doing some join me at the bench for that, so you can see some of that work and hear me talk about it. So you are going to get more and more of that. And hopefully that satisfies you. I'm really trying to make that a focus. I hope I do it better. And if I'm not, keep saying less face, and I will continue to work on it. Karsten von Fjellheim. I tried to practice this. I even looked up the pronunciation. Karsten von Fjellheim, but it also could be Fjellheim, depending on who's pronouncing it, but I'm going to go with Fjellheim. He made a suggestion about modifying the salt technique, which I found really, really interesting. He was saying to put down a base coat of paint, whatever that is. You know, it could be primer, but it could be another color. Then apply salt, typical salt technique. Then apply your top coat. And instead of washing away the salt with water, you know, with a Q-tip or a brush, crush the salt under the paint. I love that idea. He was saying that it will look more like it's chipped away, or you might get a better peeling paint effect. I think that's fantastic. So I'm going to be trying that because I think one of the nice things about this idea is that you will have some texture remaining under the paint, maybe at the fringes, which is going to give it a nice lifting up kind of a look, rather than just sort of paint that was just kind of, I don't know, maybe worn away. Well worth trying. You should try it if you're going to be doing the salt technique. And of course, you can leave comments to say how it worked out for you. I will be trying it, Karsten. Thank you very much for that. So that wraps up cocktails and comments. I don't have anything else to say. Brand new segment. We'll see how it evolves. Brand new sub video on the channel. If you want to support the channel, of course, you can always make a small pledge on Patreon. And if you'd like to make a one-time donation, there is a PayPal link in the description. Any support you can offer is tremendously helpful. Very excited to have you guys joining me for these videos. I hope you like the new segment. And if you do, hopefully you will come back for the next cocktail, because you know that I will be back soon with another Terranscapes video.